Welcome to this episode of
The Full Distance Podcast.
and a big aloha, ladies.
Aloha!
Straight back from Hawaii, or more or less back from Hawaii. So welcome, Sophie Hedges. 10 hours, 40 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah.
Gemma Scott. 16 hours, 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Shawnie Lewitt. 10 hours, 20 minutes and 38 seconds. And Beryl. 12 hours, 34 minutes and 1 second. I think you could have done a sub 34 minutes there.
There we go. It's because she gave you a kiss, though.
It's my fault. So, all four of you finishers at the Ironman World Championships in Kona, Hawaii. First of all, give yourselves a round of applause. What an amazing achievement by all four of you. Just a round of applause. Yeah, don't overdo it. So, leading up to race day, which obviously got changed from Thursday to Saturday, which might have made things a little bit weird for those who booked accommodation and flights earlier or later. How did your week of prep go? So we'll start with you. What?
We flew out a week early, which I think was a massive help. We got to do the training swim on a Saturday, and that was...
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
In the unofficial Tim Don team.
Yeah.
Photographs
with Tim
It'll
Don.
be in there in a minute. Yeah.
Zwift team.
Yeah.
Which for me was just knowledge that you need. Like the swim was nothing I've ever experienced going out that far. And the boys were few and far between,
Yeah,
so
difficult
learning
to sight, wasn't it?
and learning the swell, etc. So for me, that was gold dust going out that bit earlier to practice.
We all hated that swim that day,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Did anybody think, wow, it's really salty, the water, more than anywhere they've swum before?
Not
massive.
So
No.
when we swam in Nice, where we qualified,
that was
was
salty.
really
Was it?
salty.
That
The
was really
Mediterranean
salty.
is a lot
Yeah.
saltier than out in Hawaii.
Because I know, obviously, I was in my second-hand bargain for the first time, which we'll reveal later. But halfway out to the turn point, I noticed it was starting to rub under my arms and round my neck.
I didn't lube up enough.
Yeah.
Loads of lube on. But obviously not enough.
No.
Never enough lube.
You literally have to get Vaseline and scoop it out.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how you
Thanks,
don't
Jem.
change.
That's where I'm going now.
That's when we go there.
Scoop a big handful.
And
Four
rub it
finger
in.
scoop.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So it was worth it.
Yeah. So it was worth it just for that.
Yeah, just for that.
And was it the first time that you'd all raced without a wetsuit?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it would have been.
Yeah, because that was the other thing.
no wetsuit.
Because when I decided that I thought, oh, I'll do the training swim. What a great idea! I'm going, so I might as well do it. Booked it, then panicked when I realised that it was non-wetsuit. Went, oh, I've never swum without a wetsuit in the sea before, but it's surprisingly buoyant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you think? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I didn't. I was slower. I knew that, but I think a lot of that was because I was getting distracted by what I could see,
Yes.
rather than concentrating.
Yeah.
Because it was a training swim and not the race, so I didn't really put a lot of effort in.
It was your B race.
It was my B race.
Yeah.
Quite right. B race in Hawaii.
So who's this podcast about?
Sorry, well, me. Well, obviously you're the guest this week. So heat-wise as well, in the week leading up, do you think, I mean, I know you sort of all did heat training, heat prep. Was it a shock when you got there, Shawnie? What do you reckon?
I definitely don't think I did enough heat training. Not more the humidity than the heat. I think the heat is like manageable, and it was a shock. but I think the humidity is the absolute killer.
Yeah.
And
The hair
how
dryer
do you,
thing.
how do
Yeah.
you actually, unless you literally put a bike in the sauna,
What do you do?
it's difficult.
And it does seem to be worse at certain times of the day as well, doesn't it?
But because I remember in the week, in the lead up, I thought, if this is how race is going to be, then this is going to be fine, because in the afternoons it went really cloudy, and then on race day,
Oh,
the
it's-
sun
it's,
just shone.
It rained, didn't it, on the
It
was
rained
Friday?
the day
It
before. It
Friday
absolutely
afternoon.
rained. I thought it's going to have cleared the humidity. This is perfect. When we trained in the week before, I didn't feel overly hot at all.
No.
No, I didn't actually. When the first run I did when we landed, we went and did was it about 5k or something we did. And I was like, oh, this is all right, actually. If this is how hot it's going to be, then I can deal with this. And I didn't feel too hot.
And that would have been the time we was running the
we saw the turtle.
race
Yeah,
as
the
well.
turtle,
To see
yeah.
the turtle, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like we had trained in the afternoons, hadn't we, as well? So
Yeah.
They're
not
quite
just
relative
in
to
the
race
morning.
times as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went out a couple of times in the morning. I went with Chris early one morning, and it was all right. It was quite good. But when you stepped out into the sun, when the sun sort of came up, then it started to get really warm.
Tasty.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100% the humidity.
It was the humidity, wasn't it? Because I kind of wanted the heat.
Yeah.
You know, like that's you go to Kona, you
Yeah.
think right.
It's
It's
gonna
part of the test, I suppose,
Yeah.
isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Does anybody know actually what temperature it was on race day?
32, 33.
Yeah.
And then because they do a feels like, don't they,
Oh,
for
yeah.
humidity.
Yeah.
So it would have been like feels like
Yeah.
probably 36, 37,
Yeah.
which just
It went from about 28 in the morning to about 32, 33 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it was bright sunshine all day. There was
Yeah.
no
No
cloud cover, was there? Probably the only day.
Yeah. It was
didn't
the
happen.
hottest day.
Yeah.
And then after the race, I remember feeling, when we was on the island, like the next couple of days, I remember thinking, oh my God, how did we race in this? Like, it's so hot
Yeah.
now. It felt so much
just
hotter.
lying down.
Yeah, I
and
was
you're
like sweating. And I was like, how did we run a
Yeah.
marathon? And it was crazy, but yeah.
We did.
I did
We
find
did.
that
We've done
the
it.
heat just completely zapped my appetite. I really struggled the week leading up to the race to eat anything.
Did you
And
all
just
week?
all week I was having to force it down, and it just, when you just don't want it,
Yeah.
it's just. So I think in hindsight now, I didn't fuel enough the week leading up to it all. Ate well in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Even though San Francisco was really hot.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
absolutely
But it's
weird.
not humid, is it?
Different,
It was humid, but not like come off a plane and literally nearly knock you back in the
Yeah.
plane sort of
Yeah.
humidity. Yeah.
I mean, it was nice to not be cold though, wasn't it? Like to be stood
Coming out of the swim and
outside,
you can
being
feel your
warm.
toes.
Yeah,
That's
that
probably
was
the hardest
nice.
bit when you come out of the swim, because you are so warm. It's like getting out of a warm bath. I mean, I know we did all the heat training, the baths and everything on the run up to it, and you think, oh, actually, when you come out of that bath and you feel hot and you feel sweat, but at home, I'd just go and lie on the bed and just like try and regulate my heat. It's not like you've got to go underneath the shower, then get all your gear and everything. But it is like warm bath feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of getting out, and I think that's probably a little bit. That's going to dehydrate straight away, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I was going to ask, is there one particular thing that you think makes Kona different to any other race that you've done? I mean,
What, on the
That's a
whole
good
day?
question.
Or
Finish. That finish.
would you include the humidity in that? Or have
Oh
you-
yeah, the humidity. Yeah.
Yeah, is it
But I have
different
all
to-
the races I've done Ironman wise have always been really hot. So
Yeah.
humidity wise, that for me was the most humid, and it was a lot more intense than any other races I've done.
So that was one of the things, obviously, but finish.
Yeah, just the way they treated you, was like escorted
Oh,
over
yeah.
the line all the
Gotcha.
way through, and I thought you feel like you're $1 million, don't you?
Yeah.
Even
Well,
though
so
you
you
don't
should.
feel
You should.
like it.
No, you don't feel like it.
Don't
You feel like you're a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
At
do.
the end of the
like
day,
a
it's a
pro.
world championship,
Yeah.
so they should look after you.
Yeah.
Shouldn't they?
Yeah.
So that's fair enough. Anybody else? Anything that they think?
For me, it was the mental battle. Like any other race, you're seeing a lot of people quite often, and you get to see your supporters, your family,
Yeah, 'cause
or
you're
your
laughing.
teammates, because you're doing a course and you're looping each other, and you get to wave and shout at each other. There's not many opportunities on that course to do that,
No.
and there's not many opportunities to see your supporters. So when you do see them, it's like, right, I've got to soak this up and make it last for another.
Yeah, I mean the bike in particular, because you go out of town
And we're
Yeah.
gone.
and you're going for
Yeah.
56 miles, and
Yeah.
you turn around and come
And
back.
it's probably not quite a good hour, or if not more, before even still the professionals started to come
Yeah.
back as
Oh,
well.
God,
So
more than
you
an
just,
hour,
you just
more than that.
literally.
And it is a long,
Yeah.
straight, boring row.
I
I mean,
find
I've-
it
I
boring.
expected to find it boring, and I relished
boring
in
in a
it.
car.
I actually just took it all in and
Yeah.
just thought
Yeah.
it's quite nice.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Becky's-
that wasn't too bad. then.
Yeah, it was. It was actually better than
It's
I thought.
it's a scene that you will never see. Like you've got
Yeah.
lava fields on one side and then beautiful
Blue
blue
trees,
yeah.
beaches with palm trees. It's just mad.
Yeah.
Like I think that just kept me busy, and then
Yeah.
obviously seeing the pros coming the other way is just a next level.
Yeah.
Becky told me to do that. She said, make sure on race day that you absorb, just
Yeah.
look around you when you're on that bike. Because
Yeah.
she said it is not the most interesting of bike courses, but the views are absolutely incredible.
Makes
and
up
it was
for it. Yeah,
completely.
definitely does.
I think I think I agree on the loneliness side of things, but I think looking back, Dalesman, that was my first ever full that we did. That was lonely. There was
lonely.
absolutely nothing. So I think it was quite good mental preparation just to learn and know how to switch your head off and everything from that. Because it was literally around the race course. You had supporters, and that was it. So
Yeah, it
Kona
was
was
perfect.
pretty much a replica of that.
Yeah,
Whereas
the
everywhere
run,
else has
'cause
been.
the run was a similar kind of thing, wasn't it? Because you went out, you went past us and we were at a mile, and then you turned round and came back past us at 6 miles, and then you went off out the other side of town. And
They like teased you for the first few miles of like.
Yeah, you had all the
supporters.
stuff
Like,
in
"Woo,
town.
yeah,
and
Go
then
into the depths and the darks of it now.
Oh,
And then
Which
you
it
went-
was.
yeah.
And it was.
The run course was, it was so dark. You couldn't see a hand in front of your face.
No.
I can't get over that still.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe.
I think
Yeah.
that's something that they overlooked, personally.
Well, it's every
They
year
can't
though,
do it,
isn't
though.
it?
Yeah.
You try and put lighting on that, it would
Yeah.
be generators and.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do it at other run courses.
Yeah, they do it with like
Fun
waves.
I think
Right.
it's part of it though.
I do, but I still couldn't believe when
It-
we.
how dark
Oh
it-
my god, that
it was
that
really-
highway
It was like
when you was
someone
running
switched
on
the light
it.
off that
Well,
quickly.
that
Literally, because we were standing out
Yeah.
outside on
Yeah.
Plani, and it literally just went like that. And we were
Yeah.
like, it's dark.
And because
Yeah.
there's not obviously a massive groups of people anymore, you are by yourself, aren't you? Like,
Yeah.
no, you wasn't necessarily by yourself. There was other runners, but not as many as
No.
what there would have been.
And the concerning thing is, like, for where I was in the race, that's the more back of the pack people. They're usually like the older people. So if they're the ones that are probably the most
Falling
vulnerable.
over
Well, yeah, because you know how bad that road surface was going down into the energy lab.
Yeah.
There was like potholes everywhere, and you
Yeah.
think you can't see where you're going. You could quite easily
Yeah.
fall, and then no one can see you.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so dark.
Yeah.
And it sounds horrible.
Yeah,
like if you
that's
pass
true.
out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel very good on the run at that point. I had to have a lay down, but I didn't. I made the choice of making a lay down.
Natural.
I actually lay down on the bench. I went to the loo and I didn't feel very good, so I was like, right, I'm just gonna have a minute and just lay on this bench at the feed station and just see.
Why
and
not?
see.
Why doesn't we see this?
See,
Coins for you.
you two are
Sorry, I
obviously
should-
not paying attention.
I shouldn't laugh.
We
but
did not look at the bed.
I didn't see this bench.
3 of you not paying attention. There's a bench. I'll just have a minute. I mean, that's what it's there for.
Sat
Yeah.
down, did you?
I just, yeah.
I imagine as well, like having your head torch on. I think I'd be a bit delusional, like with it being pitch black and then having your head torch and feeling exhausted, and I don't know, it's hard to
my
read the
head
head
torch
torch
was in
anyway.
the special needs bag,
16
and they made
miles,
you
mate.
go all the way to the end before you could touch your feed bag.
touch it,
So and that was
I've got
still
to say, you
dark
had to
down
do that
there.
bit in the dark before you got
Yeah.
in.
And I was like, can I get my bag? And I was like, no. And I'm like, I need my head torch.
Yeah.
I saw quite a few people put it
Yeah.
around their
Yeah,
stomachs.
that's
I
probably a
thought
good
that was quite
idea,
clever.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely struggle with it.
I
With my
find-
eyes, yeah.
Yeah, because I wear a visor, so you don't really get the full. I actually, when I got my head torch, I was just running with it in my hand,
Just
and
so you could
so I
see.
could see where I was going. Yeah,
I think on the other side of it, it does make it a little bit more interesting to say that the mental side of being in the dark,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's like you have to. It's a completely different mental side that you have to tap into, isn't it? And it makes it more of a challenge and everything with it as well. So I think it makes it interesting from that point because it's just kind of I don't know. You just tap into an unsafe point of view. You've got to get your way out of that as well, haven't you?
Fight or flight.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, that's for me about the whole race in the back end of it. It was I had to keep adapting I can't believe the mental strength that I had to get through that because I had to keep adapting. Like on the bike, I had to adapt because I lost my bottles, and that was like all my nutrition.
Full on Taylor Nib.
I did a tail and nib. I lost 3 bottles, and in the end, I had to shove one down. Yeah,
Three.
because you know how like like small them bottles were when you put them in the back of your bike. They're just popping out the
Yeah.
back.
Oh, I
so-
didn't do that. I just squeezed
Oh yeah,
it.
because
Yeah, I was
they're
putting
not
it
proper
down.
bottles, are they?
No,
No.
they're just like normal.
They are a nightmare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in the end,
That's
the
a
last
shame,
I was
that.
squeezing
bottle,
down tops.
I was putting it down.
I
the
learnt that
top,
from Nice actually.
Don't
It's
top.
not worth putting in. I literally just squeezed everything, squeezed the
Yeah.
rest over my head and lobbed them because
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
they don't stay in your in your
Well, I
cages.
had one bottle for my pH with all my salt stuff in it at the back that I was drinking, and then I had my other one at the special needs bag, which I just shoved all the rubbish in and then put my other ones in, but that's what I lost.
Yeah.
So I did have some sachets, but I had to then stop and adapt to them, and it just took time. So, you just have to
So
learn.
you constantly had to adapt your race then, Gem, by the sound of it, which I was going to say, how did the race go? Did things go to plan? Or did you have to keep changing your plan? And it sounds like you had to pretty much keep changing yours constantly.
The swim went better than I thought it
You
was
were
going to
really,
go.
Yeah,
That
really
was
good
the
swim. Yeah.
Yeah, I was petrified of the swim all the way from, like, I was a mess in Nice one time.
Yeah.
You saw how terrible I was, kind of frightened of everything that's in the water and just the fact swimming that distance. So I overcome that and I had the best swim. I actually, that was the best part of the race for me.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I saw rays and I saw pufferfish and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
I again did not see anything. Didn't see the bench, didn't see the race.
Did,
I saw a scuba diver taking photographs.
Yeah.
of
I know, that
myself,
really freaked me
thinking
out.
someone was drowning. Did you see it as well?
I saw
What was
it.
we doing?
You were probably like bashing everyone
I
out
thought
the way.
someone was drowning.
I was
Yeah.
probably swimming over someone.
Yeah, you saw a scuba diver, or you thought somebody who
I
drowned.
thought someone was drowning.
Did you just swim going on?
I was like, what the hell's going on there? And then I realised it was a photographer.
Did anyone see the 2 car tyres that I saw on the training
Yes,
swim?
I saw.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
good.
I did see them.
Everyone thinks I keep imagining those car tyres.
What, in the ocean?
Yeah, there were 2 on the
White.
seabed.
That's sad.
Yeah.
White ones.
I don't.
Well, covered in some.
Well, maybe had sand.
Sand?
Yeah, maybe the sand.
Are they used for like to like
But
anchor
maybe off
stuff
the
down?
side
maybe?
of ships
Oh,
and
yeah,
boats and
yeah,
stuff
that
that
makes
have come
sense.
off or
Oh,
using
okay.
for
Yeah.
buffers. But yeah, I saw them and no one else did. And I was thinking I imagined it. And I'm glad you did.
I mean, you
So-
can see all the way to the bottom,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
all the way around.
all the way out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know
It
when,
looked really dark and just dropped off.
You know when
and
you
all
get
of a
past
sudden it was like,
Yeah,
what's the hotel? The Royal Kona.
yeah.
When you get past the hotel, that it goes deep. Then
It does,
Then it just
yeah.
goes dark, and it's like, whoa.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't see the bottom all the way around.
That-
I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't remember for long.
Oh, I was probably way off
current
course.
training
You was
swim
good.
joints.
Oh, is it different? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was
maybe
probably
then, yeah.
like that. I was
I didn't get to do that.
Wiggling
I was
all
too
over.
busy
Wiggling around
putting some
everywhere.
from on it.
Yeah. So,
And then there was that VIP boat as well. wasn't
That
there?
was weird, having people like out in the middle of the
Were they
ocean.
clapping?
Just,
I couldn't hear. I don't know.
Yeah, just
No, I can never hear anything when I'm
weird
swimming.
to see them.
I was shouting at you. I can never hear anything when I'm swimming. It's all breathing and that's it.
Got it.
So, go on then, Beryl.
What
Race.
was the
How
race?
did it go? Did it go according to plan?
Mentally, yes.
Yeah.
Actual race, no. My bike was diabolical for me. It was well off anywhere I expected it to be. Don't really know what happened. My legs just didn't show up.
Well, yeah, I don't think you're on your own though. I think a lot of people suffered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been the heat.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think on what went wrong, and I know that my second bottle that I picked up was absolutely rank. It was just warm.
See, that's
and
another
horrible.
thing you don't think about, is it? That
No.
you've got a bottle in your special needs bag in
Yeah.
35 degrees heat in the sun.
Yeah.
It was right in
Cooking.
the sun. They could have put it under
Absolutely
some
not.
sort of
Yeah.
like canopies or something.
So when you
but
get it, you
wasn't.
just think it's going to be, oh, it's all right, I'll put a bottle in there. You don't realise
Makes
it's
me
going
feel
to
a
be
bit sick
boiled.
actually thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
so-
I
You're
imagine-
expecting
Warm
cold and then
carbs.
it's warm.
To be
Oh.
fair,
Yeah.
in hindsight, it's probably a good thing that mine popped off the back. I didn't have to drink it.
Is it because then my run went wrong? Because I got a funny
Did you have to go
stomach.
to the toilet?
Quite a lot.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, so funny stomach on the run, but I didn't stop running on the run apart from the feed stations and that, so that went off. But yeah, apart from that, I've not taken this. I got a PB, so I'm
Yeah.
alright.
yeah,
30
exactly.
minutes.
It's a good place to do a
Put 30
PB.
minutes
Oh.
PB, probably just wasn't where I wanted it to be, but yeah, just didn't go to plan.
Yeah, but you know,
But
yeah. Anybody else, race-wise? I mean,
My race was
was it good?
it was pretty good. Yeah. I had a good day out.
You did look to be enjoying yourself, I must admit.
I just had a very good mental state, and I think it just carried me to the finish line. I managed to hold it for 10 hours and 40 minutes.
40 minutes
Yeah.
and 19 seconds.
And 19 seconds. My marathon wasn't where I wanted it to be, but
But you're not going to let that spoil your day.
Definitely not. I've never ran in that heat. I've never run
Yeah.
in that humidity. It was next level. I felt my legs literally blistering as I was running, and I was just praying for shade, but obviously there's no shade out there.
You're bringing it back now, so for the heat.
Yeah. I was using the Armco on the side of the highway to try and shade my legs because it was that painful.
Really?
The blistering was that painful. But yeah, it doesn't work. Did not work.
Okay, a bit of advice there. Yeah.
And then, just bike went really well, swim went really well, and then run, I was just trying to not let Shawnie catch me. And then / I wanted her to catch me so bad because I just wanted to speak to someone that I knew. So I was like, please. So yeah, it just carried me to the finish line, and I just cannot believe what I've achieved. It was just, I never
And
thought
I think
possible.
that's how you should feel when you come back. Is it? Yeah. I mean, even if things didn't quite go according to plan, you've effectively raced at the Ironman Olympics.
Yeah,
Oh,
fair.
Do you know
We'll
what I
take
mean?
that. We'll take that.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Really?
I've heard that one before, but
You don't get any higher.
No, it's the pinnacle of our sport.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to come away happy with what you achieved, that's got to be a result, has it? It's gotta
Yeah,
be.
well, I was going for sub 11 and I smashed that by 20 minutes. So
So
I'll
there
take
you go.
that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Shawnie? I think Gem's obviously told her already that she had a nightmare. Well,
I was happy also with the swim because I came out of the water before these two, and that was my goal, to get out the water before they chased me down.
And your swim time was pretty fast, I remember. Was it
1:35,
Yeah.
which for a non-wetsuit, I'd only done 2 swims with the with the skin suit. I did one in the pool, which was obviously quicker. And then I did one at Hatfield, and I forgot. No, when we were swimming around at Hatfield, I forgot it's not going to.
She said swimsuit. Sorry. Carry on.
So when I did that one swim at Hatfield, I was swimming around, and I just paused for a second, and I realised there's no salt in the lake, and I just went straight down. So swimming in the sea, you take it for you just don't realise how
buoyant you are in the sea. Yeah.
So and my bike was not.
I thought we were obviously following you on the tracker. Your bike pace was pretty good.
Yeah.
Steady.
Yeah.
Craig obviously was commenting that you were doing all right probably until the last 10 miles when it just dropped off a bit.
Yeah.
But up to that point, your bike was.
Yeah, I mean, I was riding a lot stronger than and to be fair, on that last sort of 40 miles, it was like a furnace, wasn't it? You just were getting heat blown at you from all angles, and it was really, really intense. I could feel like my legs burning.
Yeah.
And I'd put sun cream on when I come out. I'd sprayed it all over myself, and
it literally just dripped off there, didn't it?
Yeah, I should notice that on a lot of people.
Do you though?
No, but the tan lines were just
honestly, it wasn't even mattered.
No.
Literally, you put it on and it just went
off.
There was
Please
people
save that
running
extra
past
minute
us that looked like they were getting ready to a Halloween party. They got that much sun cream on. They were covered in it.
It's when it gets in your eyes, that's what
but
throws
the
me
thing is,
off.
they were sweating that much, it was just running off them.
Yeah.
It was like,
You have streaky tan instead of cut crisp tan
I
lines.
think
Beautiful.
crisp tan lines are better.
They were pretty sharp after Kona, weren't they?
Oh God, never had anything like it.
No, there is a photograph. Tom will have it in the frame. Yeah, I find that.
So what was your
my race was average. I'd say I went into Kona with a lot of expectation. I think Kona was going to be a very special race. I first watched it with you 5 years ago in that pub in Niagara Falls. Can you remember we watched it on our little phones?
Yeah.
And when I wasn't a triathlete at that time, and I watched that race, and I was like, when you need to do a race.
Yeah, that's your.
And I was like, I want to do that race. And then that's where my triathlon journey really started. So I've always Kona's always been like the event for me, whether it's a world championship or what. It's always been the race that like I've literally dreamed about for years. So I went into it and just wanted to like race my heart out, and I raced my heart out, but I didn't race. I would say I had an okay race. I shouldn't really complain, but it wasn't really what like I was capable of, I'd say. So it kind of makes you a bit sad really about the race, and very much how Ali felt. You know, I just felt like if you just said like someone's wrapped an anchor around you, that's what it felt like.
Like on the bike.
Yeah, I was like, why work? You know, why did you
good
work
description,
it?
yeah. The leg just, the legs and body just wasn't there.
Which is sad, really. You know, it's mentally hard to keep. Sorry, I sound like a bit of a downer, but I don't want to be. It was an amazing experience, but just to be honest, you know, like it really was like it's a slog when then you've got 112 miles of
feeling like that.
Feeling like that, and I felt like it from about 30 miles on the bike, so relatively early. And you don't want to feel like that early on when you know you've got another 7 hours or whatever to go. And it is sad when you're at, you know, you're in the fittest shape of your life and you think, oh my God, why I want to do myself justice. I did absolutely love it. I mean, now I reflect on it, I enjoyed it. At the time when I was in the race, I was not loving life, let me tell you.
I remember coming up to the energy lab, and you two were coming back from the energy lab, and I saw Sophie first, and then I saw you, and I saw both your faces, and obviously you can't just. It was just weird. I didn't have to say, Sophie, get your head up, because you were pretty much head up and you'd go back and that, but you could see in your face completely. Then I saw Shawnie, I was like, whoa.
I was in like awful state. But actually, after I saw you, that last 5 miles of the marathon was my best 5 miles, and it's because I saw you and it just picked me up. Yeah. But until that point, I was like fighting, like, you know what you're saying mentally, like I was every like minute you're telling yourself, sort yourself out, Shawnie. Come on, like you're better than this. And
it goes back to that thing of it being 90% in here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, but
yeah.
I did feel like mentally like I was buzzing for it, and it just didn't happen, which is real. The stars didn't align. No. But anyway, sometimes that doesn't happen. So I need to go back to Kona, basically, is what I'm saying. You heard it here first. Because I do feel like I didn't do the race justice the way I wanted to do it justice.
Interesting. Don't believe whatever her name was, the taxi driver, because she said, that next year.
God, yeah.
She said next year's the last one, didn't she?
Yeah, she did throw. I've heard a couple of them rumours being thrown about.
Yeah.
They're on about making it like a circus, aren't they? Like going around, or you know, like they do with the 70.3, or go touring circus.
I hope not.
On the other side of that, iconically, we might have been the last ever.
Well, that is
first
true.
Females.
First females on the last. So iconic
part
situation.
Of
But I get it now. I get why Kona is so special, and I think it needs to stay there. For that. Yeah. You get it?
Because it's the toughest race, because it's in the heat, because of the bike route, because of the swim, because of the run course. Everything about it makes it tough and brutal, and it's at the end of the season where everyone's raced all year and they're all tired.
They're all pretty knackered.
And then you've got to go and race there, and it's harder to race there than anywhere else.
I would love to go back and do it again. Now you know what to expect.
Yeah, that's it. Now I know, and I just want to go again. But I do, just going back to the point about, you know, not having the spectators on the course, I think I definitely thrive off having people, and it was hard. Like at Outlaw I struggled because I didn't have anybody. It definitely it makes so much of a difference. We do love to see you.
We do love Wales. Wales was just incredible.
Exactly. Like even the you know, you said the finish was amazing, but even like nothing for me is still compared to that finish. And even at a World Champs.
It made my day. Like you said about the back end of your race was the best. That was the back end of my run was the best. The last mile was the quickest that I did. But it was when I saw like Dave and Craig and then Chris running with me for a little bit, and the poor guy ends up getting chaffish running with me. And then I get like to the top of Polani and I see you guys, and I'm like, oh, is it? No, everyone's saying it's just down the hill.
It literally was just down the corner.
But
that long road, I was like, where's this turn point?
It was still like 2 Ks from there.
Like 200 metres. It's like, I think I've got like 0.6 to go, Charlie. It just seemed never ending.
It was definitely not short, the marathon. It was slightly long.
Yeah, the marathon was long, because I kept, when I was running, I was like, it'll tick over at a K, and I'm thinking, no, that K mark is just up there. So it was well out.
Can we talk about that last downhill?
The
last little
Killarney.
bit.
That last,
Oh,
that
that
Killarney
steep.
hill. Oh my
That
god,
was
that was
steep.
a stinger.
Yeah.
Ooh, on the
Yeah.
quads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already had jelly legs and then, oof. For me, I think because it's very much a closure for me for that race, but I was like, this is it. This is finally, that's it. We're
Pinnacle.
done, and
That's
the
how I
pinnacle.
felt coming down that
And I
path,
was just mentally I'm got goosebumps now, but I was just elated.
That's exactly how I wanted to feel.
Elated, yeah. Didn't. But yeah, that's how you should feel. Yeah.
My favourite part was on the run when me and Shawnie met each other. We had a little chat, and then there was a girl that was behind us, and she went, "Oh my god, there's two of you!" She was like, "You've been messing with my head all this time," because we were sandwiched. She was in between.
Oh, she was in between.
Yeah.
But was she turning and throwing a bit with it?
But we went into the energy lab, and you crisscrossed each other quite a few times in that point. So she thought she'd gone in front of me, but it was actually Shawnie. And then she'd, I think, get to a point and see me again and be like, "What? She's got back in front of me. How is this?"
And then
she'd
Shawnie
see
would then
Shawnie
pass
again
her.
and be like, "No, she's still behind me, so I've overtaken her." And then she'd see me again and be like, "What is going on?" Because we were wearing obviously exactly the same tri-suit. We had exactly the same hat on.
Yeah.
Like we look curly hair,
no,
braids.
we both had our battle braids.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we were just messing with her.
Brilliant.
My favourite part of the run.
It just reminded me something about the run. I remember, I can't remember which race it was, whether it had been Ironman Wales or I can't remember, whichever race it was, but I remember coming up with a mental battle of like when you're seeing people walk in front of you, it makes you either feel like you want to walk or if do you know what I mean? It almost puts that kind of like doubt.
Well, it's
of-
okay to
Yeah,
to
they're
do it.
doing
But then,
Yeah.
so, and I can't remember which race it was. I remember saying to Adam, because I can't get past that mental thing of seeing people walking and it not disrupting where my mental state was
Oh,
at.
yeah, like you say, it's two
Can-
different ways.
yeah.
You either walk with them
Yeah.
or you run past them.
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
Or
But
you-
at Kona, I don't know what it was, but I was my mental state must have been up there because I was just like, I was gone. I was not walking as much as everything was hurting. I was like, the only thing I walked was literally the feed station. I got my hat, and it's ice cubes down the top, ice cubes down the back, water, everything. Just full routine, water through there, and then run.
Yeah.
As much as, and then people just kept stopping, and they're almost like wanting to talk as well. I'm like, sorry.
Probably 'cause- well, it's probably because they're so lonely because they haven't seen
Yeah,
anyone.
but I was
Yeah.
like, I ain't got time for you.
I was in the same. Like, if I had stopped, I don't think I would have started again in that heat. I was just like, there is no way that I can allow myself to stop, or it's just it's not
End
gonna.
game over.
Yeah.
I was always spending too long in the toilet.
Well, it's trying not to spend too long at the feed stations as well. I was doing it, and then I was doing myself a 5-second countdown. I'd be like 5. After 5, you're running again after the feed station. Then I wouldn't stop until the feed station. Then I'd count down. And that's how I was doing the run. Just because otherwise you just walk. You just carry on walking.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just need another minute.
Yeah.
And then
That's
do
good
it.
discipline,
You get into
though.
routine.
Yeah.
I suppose that would be different on laps as well because you're seeing people when you're
Oh, it'd be
lapping.
so
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You then know whether you're catching people or
Yeah.
whether they're getting
Yeah.
away from you. So that then
Yeah.
leads you to do whatever, whether
Yeah,
you
there's
then
no laps.
walk or
Yeah.
The good thing is though, you're never doing it again. Like you
Yes,
do that
that's
section
true.
of the run,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah, you're
right,
not- you're
tick it
done.
off, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I'm not seeing
How
that
many part
again.
runs to go?
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be no
exactly.
good with a sign, would it?
Oh, no.
You'll have the 8 up
Yeah.
and then
you'd be
throw
like,
it
oh,
in
I'm
the
not
bin.
Oh
seeing
God, can you imagine seeing you
Throw
on
it
the
in.
10k?
Oh,
10 more part all over it, thanks.
Oh, see, that'd have cheered you up.
That would have cheered me
If
up.
every
but
5k I'd have been there with the
Popped
cardboard
up.
sign. Yeah.
pops up out the middle of
Drops out of a
nowhere.
helicopter.
Well, you couldn't even get there, could you?
No, you
Like,
couldn't.
you couldn't
That's the
actually.
thing. Yeah. That's what makes it different, I think, as well, isn't it? And makes it lonely for you
Yeah.
because you can't get out there. There's one place you can get out to on the bike, isn't there? You can drive out to the turn
Yeah,
point,
how it-
can't you?
yeah.
Onto
If you go
the
all the
town.
way round.
Yeah, so you can get there because we
Yeah.
did look at whether we could get there or not.
If you were dedicated enough, you would have hired bikes and you could have come out
Yeah.
on the course
Yeah.
with us.
But
That's the other thing.
was-
Well, just while we're on with that.
Are we taking them off
No,
now?
yeah, you
Thank
take them
God.
off. They're
So
waiting.
waiting.
If you all not stiff neck.
Too waiting.
Medals.
The one thing that we noticed as spectators, where we were, a mile into the run, the amount of coaching that was going on the course was
Yeah.
Amount of people
Quite a
that
lot.
people were cycling alongside people who were running,
Yeah.
giving them information and
Yeah.
what have
Which is
you.
actually
It's
not
not.
allowed.
It's
And it-
against the rules. Isn't it?
Yeah, so where
Make sure that
come on,
crowds-
Ironman, where are the marshals? Not the other
All
one.
right, snitches get the stitches.
But when you're actually there watching it,
I've not heard that one before.
There's-
Did we not?
there was loads of people getting coaching
Yeah.
while they were running.
Yeah, why
There's
weren't you
people
doing it for
biking
us?
with them, and then you
Because
actually
we didn't have
see
any
them.
bikes. That's why we didn't.
Well, you should have hired
we didn't
them.
have any bikes. And
Next time.
No, we didn't have bikes. But
Hey, I can't
but there was a lot.
complain. Towards the end of my run, I had three guys that was coming for a jog with me. So
We were thinking about coming, and then
no,
we
but you
thought
guys.
we just done an Ironman.
I only have the flip flops on at this point.
Craig ran 2
Craig
miles
ran-
in
he did-
Berks. I was
yeah.
like, what?
Dedicated
What?
to you.
Well, he set off running up the
Dedicated.
road in his sandals, and I went,
Oh, that's
look
true
at that.
love. Oh, that's so sweet.
Because I actually, when I was in the energy lab, I was just coming out, I bumped into Dave and went, oh, what are you doing down here? He was like, looking for you.
There you go.
What are you doing? Don't like there be any other reason.
Why
Just
else would
fancying
it
a
be?
jog.
For a jog,
In
yeah.
the dark.
Oh, yeah, we always hang around in the dark. Aren't we?
And then Craig saw me, he's like, are you alright? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, what?
Just had a nap.
Oh, well, we
I'm good.
yeah, just been laying on that bench for half an hour.
No, not that long. I think I was about 10 minutes.
We were a bit worried. We came out here to find you, and you'd been asleep on a
That's
bench.
what, because they
Yes,
said to us that
that's
you'd
why the
stopped your
web-
tracker. Your tracker had stopped.
Oh,
And
that's
we were
why
like,
they came to
"Ooh."
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I know,
yeah.
and I'm really grateful.
Oh.
It was cute because we all had like messages on it, didn't we? We was
Yeah.
like relaying then the
Where is she
relaying
going?
back to
Yeah,
you.
she's
And then,
in.
yeah. We
She's
had eyes on
here.
you.
Yeah, you can't hide, can you?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, the
can't.
tracker does stop working now and again.
Yeah.
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 No,
It was
I
pretty
really
getting-
appreciate it, honestly.
Was it ants that we were infested by?
Oh yeah.
Where,
Oh,
what?
why you were sad?
Just because we were sat like
In the
What, were you
grass.
waiting
in
for
the
me?
grass, you know.
You got ants in your pants because
Better than these beans. Oh, there we go. That's the best way.
You've been waiting to get that in.
Yeah. I wondered who it was going to be.
I thought it would be me.
I'm really embarrassed now.
No, I thought it'd be you.
Oh no, she's
Off
gone
the
red.
cuff, well done. Oh, brilliant.
it's actually
Oh.
for me that comes out with stuff like that.
No, we was having a little party, weren't we, actually, down
Yeah,
the
we
valley?
were.
It was quite good.
Because there was some tunes.
Yeah.
Were you with some of the homeless people?
Oh, do you know?
No, we were.
Oh, because quite.
Unless you're calling Georgina homeless.
No, I don't
Do you
think
know
she
what?
is. No.
Those homeless people
They
were
were
so
brilliant, weren't they?
encouraging.
Yeah.
There was clapping. You know, like they obviously got hardship and they was giving you so much support.
They were
Like,
loving life as much
Yeah.
as we were. Well,
That's so
weren't,
sweet.
but yeah.
They were so.
That's what
I
it
think
was
they were
quite
happier
emotional.
than you.
They were
the
very much
majority of
happier
you
than
lot,
us,
to be honest.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Did you not? Did you not see the tents at the side?
The guy in the top hat was amazing. There was one guy, a homeless guy, who had a
Do
top
the
hat
same
on.
race.
Yeah, he was
I've seen
great.
that. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember
he
the
had a top hat
tents.
on. Yeah.
I don't remember.
And there was one guy on a skateboard, and he was really good on a skateboard.
was very good on
He was
Yeah.
Was that the guy at the
Yeah.
bus stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was
that
really
that,
good on
that
the
wasn't
skateboard.
during the race,
No,
though.
but
was it?
he
That
was-
was
he
he
had-
was good, but he was
Yeah.
off his head as
Yeah.
well, wasn't he? Yeah. He
Yes,
was.
he was. He was Shawnie, yeah. I was going to ask, is there one thing that surprised you about the island itself, apart from the homeless people? Is
Oh,
there
yeah.
one thing about that you weren't expecting, or well,
The hills.
yeah?
I didn't expect it to be so hilly, and I know that
You
it
mean
was a
further out in the
volcanic
island?
Because
island.
volcanoes are usually quite flat, so you don't normally like.
Look,
All right, I thought I'd get that in.
Sarky Sally over here.
when you watch it on the TV, it doesn't look hilly.
No, I know what you mean.
It's hilly.
Yeah.
Like, it's seriously hilly. And also, the change in landscape.
Yeah, because if you just watch the Ironman on TV, you just see the bike route.
Yeah.
Mm.
so-
And it looks like
Lanzarote.
Like a
Lanzarote,
highway,
something,
like
doesn't
a
it?
highway,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
But when you go around the other side of the island, it's all rainforest.
Rainforest,
Yeah.
And actually, halfway on the bike road, it changed to a rainforest up Harbour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
day
it is very different, isn't it? Yeah.
It's
The day after the
bizarre.
race, we went touring across the other side of the island.
Yeah.
And from where we were staying to the top, to highest point, it was over 6,000 feet.
Yeah, did you
And
go
it
across
just
the
kept-
road across
Yeah,
the
and it just
saddle?
keeps going. And
Yeah.
we was actually like doing it on the watch. We were like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Amazing.
It's mental, isn't it? So yeah, but then you said when you was on that boat trip that the guy had said that it was like higher from the bottom of the sea or something.
I think
Higher than Everest from the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Which one? Mauna Loa? Mauna Loa
Yes.
volcano is actually higher than Everest because
Yeah.
it starts at the seabed
Yeah.
and it's actually 30-odd thousand feet high. It's 13,000 feet
Yeah.
out of water and then 20-odd thousand underwater to the seabed.
We did know that because I read that to you in the car.
We did read that to me in the car.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
We
your
had-
car journeys are amazing.
Oh my
You've got all
God, we
this
have
information.
Shawnie's fun facts. You learn a lot.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah.
About there was farmland sort of when you went.
Yeah.
Well, if you carried on
Like
past where we were
rodeo kind of,
living.
like ranches and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, there's sort of like a lot
Goats on
of
the
farmland. Oh yeah.
Jurassic Park to ranches and
Yeah.
And how
We were
chilled
driving around thinking
everyone
that we were
was.
saying fucking
Yeah.
goat all the
So
time,
chilled.
weren't we? Because there was loads of them.
Yeah.
I was
Um,
surprised like how inhabited it was though. Like you know where we were staying, it was very built up like America. I wasn't expecting it to be so.
But it wasn't built up as like Honolulu when you drove past like
No,
as you
no,
flew
no.
past.
There's no
Yeah.
office
It's not
buildings or
commercial,
anything,
or-
is
no,
there?
no.
But yeah.
There's only like one hotel that was
Yeah.
3 stories high. So as
Yeah.
far as like commercialness goes,
Yeah.
it wasn't really commercial, was it?
Not
No.
really.
Yeah, that's
Ironman made it commercial.
Yeah.
they said Paul Kay said on the training swim when you're coming back in, use the hotel to sight on your way back in.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
But I thought all the buildings were the same height. I kept looking up thinking, well, I can't pick the hotel out. Everything's the same. There's nothing that's any higher than anything else. So I found that quite. I
I
thought,
just went for feet.
yeah, I followed the bloke with the toe float because I was that far back. I just followed him in.
Oh,
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
and that won't last. Well, I followed him. I thought, oh, I can spot that. I'll follow it. Very good.
You were just okay, one of the questions, something just come to me then. You know what said it was like? Oh, what did you say? It was something that remember that was different on the
Yeah,
on the event.
yeah.
Obviously, with it being all female, when you finished, and you all went through the finishers tent, obviously everyone scoops you up, so you've got all these people looking after you. And you've experienced it before, but
Yeah.
it's in like a
Utah.
Utah,
Yeah.
but we'd never experienced
we
that.
haven't.
So when you finish, and everyone just literally just picks you up, and then like funnels you through and gets you your drink, and Lindsay's there
Yeah.
giving you your medals and your t-shirt,
Wow.
and then you get
Lindsay's at
fed.
every Ironman.
I know, and then you get fed, and then you get fed again, then you sit down and think I'm never going to be able to get up again.
Yeah.
And then you get up, and then you look around, and everyone, and I saw the showers, and I got changed, and it was just the most bizarre feeling because I was like, I'm going to go for a shower. But then realised there's no one to, like, there's no privacy, everyone's getting butt naked. But it's because you're all in a female race,
Yeah.
it was just, all of a sudden, it was just like, all right. Everyone's just got a shower and just turn
If we're
around.
doing this.
But literally, but you didn't even see all the showers, did you?
I don't know what happened.
We did not do the same race as you two.
What was we doing?
I was pretty much Shawnie's slave.
Yeah.
In the recovery area because she
Oh.
was lying there like.
I was not
This.
feeling very good.
Can you take my shoes off for me? Can you take my socks off?
Was it
I need food. Oh, all right, I'll get that then.
Was it Princess Shawnie, was it?
Pretty much, yeah. It's not. I haven't done an Ironman. I've been out there 20 minutes longer than her.
Right.
To be fair, Craig can completely relate to that because he usually ends up having to, if he's done the same race, he usually has to run or he has to go and get me stuff or can I get
really
my bike?
I'm really sorry. You were sprightly. I felt like I was
Sprightly.
dying.
Sprightly, very good.
I had just smashed my PB. I was very happy.
You
So
were
I think the adrenaline kept me through, and I was just like, "Yeah, I'll go get chips, ketchup, yeah, all over." I was a bit worried that she might have peed in her shoes, though.
there was a lot of pee going on, so probably, yeah. But I did feel like I was on death's door. For like,
didn't look great.
I didn't feel good at all. And there's the photo of me and you like cradling me up. I just looked like dead to the world. Like I think it was just a bit. I just felt really lightheaded and.
Have you ever felt like that ever before?
No, I genuinely felt so ill.
You didn't take much on the marathon though, did you?
No, I don't think so. No,
I remember seeing you and thinking, you should have.
Yeah, I had like quite.
More.
Yeah, you feel sick, don't you? It's quite difficult. But I do remember feeling very ill in that recovery tent afterwards. And when you took my shoes off, it was like the biggest relief ever because your feet swelled, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it felt like a million times. I felt like so much better having my shoes off. So yeah, thanks Sophie.
All the food was incredible though.
Didn't see it. She went for me.
There wasn't much option for you, I suppose.
Yeah, there's lots of meats and hot dogs and pieces.
But normally there, I know when I landed on the sea, the woman came over to me and asked me what food I wanted originally. So they do come and serve you as well.
Yeah.
I was obviously
in Utah they had ice cream though.
Yeah, and you did.
Ice lollies, and that was
Oh.
much needed in that heat.
Oh no, I think I did have an ice cream.
Yeah.
You
had an ice cream and you didn't even get me one.
No, when I was laid there before, I think I
can't
did.
believe that.
Sorry, I'm sure I had an ice cream. I'm remembering an ice cream.
Was you hallucinating?
Maybe hallucinating, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go with that story.
One thing about the race as well is I will not get over how good the volunteers are.
Oh my god.
Every Ironman I do, they're always good, but these were like next level. Like it was
5,000 volunteers.
Yeah, it was
Is that
what it was.
Yeah, 5,000. I can't.
Yeah, that's one each.
Pretty much.
Well, it's like
No, it's more.
No,
It's
two each.
Two each answer.
Two each.
Yeah.
They
And
are
like at
phenomenal.
the feed stations, they were like so happy and lovely and just.
They changed my perception of Americans. I will
Yes,
very much say
I would
that.
agree.
I found the people in Hawaii genuinely were very nice
Amazing.
and
Yeah.
friendly and
So just think on one more thing about the whole Ironman situation. I'm turning around asking the questions now, but transition was another level as well, wasn't it?
Yes.
For the whole bike, swim, everything as well. I've got to say something. Sophie Hedges. What on earth? Tell us, everybody, what your swim time to bike was.
Oh, I don't even know, but all
it was pretty quick.
All I was going out there all I had in my head was to beat Steve Clark in 20 whenever he did it, and I bloody did it.
Like 10 minutes. You were just blown.
Yeah, that was including the run. I was out the swim.
I don't
you had to
know,
run
out the
around,
swim.
didn't you?
I don't know how you
Run.
even got through the tent in that time. Like, there was too many people.
Yeah.
So
Barge pass.
Let's
So
I want to give all my
We need
secrets
this.
away.
No, don't give the secrets away, but let's just run through this. So you come out of the swim.
Come out up the stairs.
Yep.
Up
Up
the
the
swim, up the
stairs.
stairs. You go through the freshwater showers, have a little rinse off. You grab your bag, run through the tent. Then you have to go all the way around the top end of the pier, all the way down, find your row, get your bike, and then, what would you say, 200 metres until the line?
Then round the corner.
Yeah, we weren't too bad really from where
I was quite far.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, when she says run through the tent, there's like thousands of women in this tent.
Yeah,
It's like an obstacle course of towels, bags, butts,
chairs.
and...
There was a girl getting
Yeah. Well,
butts and boobs.
yeah, I think that's what we'll remember about it. then.
Butts, boobs and beads.
Yeah.
There wasn't beads at that point.
No, but beads can be added on.
Butts, beads.
But yeah.
It was incredible, so, and I have to say that was one phenomenal transition.
I do pride myself.
That deserves a medal. You were quicker than pros.
You were, yeah.
Yeah.
And they had
their bike
separate
catches
things.
as well.
Yeah, exactly. Put it in perspective.
Firefighting, I tell you, it's a
got
skill that you get.
Yeah.
No messing.
No faff.
What did I teach you? No faff.
Yeah. No,
No, but your transitions were way quicker than they have been previously.
Yes,
so.
because I was taught by the best.
Yeah.
We all need a transition practice with Sophie before we go into a race.
Teach me next time.
Was you having a good shower in the fresh
Yeah.
water?
No, I had a shower and then I went in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shampoo.
I went in and then got the done and everything and stuff, and then I think I must have like forgotten something and gone back because I'd left something on. And, and they'd already got my bag, but luckily what I'd left was on this. But I don't know what had happened, but I went back to get that and then come back out and get your bike and off you go, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So was it worth it? Was it worth selling a kidney to afford to go, basically?
Who needs 2 kidneys?
Yeah, exactly. The only problem is now, obviously, if you do qualify again, Shawnie, somebody else is going to have to sell a kidney, Chris, probably, to go next time.
No, you can like sell half your liver.
Oh, could you?
Yeah,
No, we'll just do the foot thing on. Foot fetish.
Yeah, foot fetish.
Oh, only fans.
Only foot fans.
Oh, okay then.
I don't need to go internal.
What, are you going to show them your feet from after Kona?
We don't need to see that.
No one needs to. We'll use yours.
Oh, it was a bad day.
Before and after, yeah.
It wasn't even the
Kona
race that
feet.
ruined it, though.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That was horrendous.
What?
I actually saw tears come out of Sophie.
My toes.
Sophie's eyes.
I
first
ran
one.
so far. Bearing in mind, I've just done an Ironman because I was in that much pain. I just didn't know what to do, so I ran and then started crying.
Situation.
So we'd got our bikes out of transition after we finished the race, and we were going to take them to the car, put them in the car. I was walking with my bike, but holding onto the saddle.
Yeah.
And you know, as you push it with the saddle, it wobbles
Yeah.
on the front. So George, thinking I'll help, grabbed the bars and walked directly in front of me. And I had flip-flops on, and I just kicked the underside of her shoe, and my whole toenail lifted off and just bled everywhere. And I was like, and I just ran. I like literally dumped my bike and I ran. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was just bawling my eyes out, and the pain was next level.
It was just like a bubble under it, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, and it was just weeping.
Is that where the George being homeless statement came from?
Yeah.
Sorry, George, we don't want it.
Sorry, George.
Wasn't your fault. It's fine. But yeah, it was. Oh my god, worse than the Ironman. It wasn't really.
He actually did. He was like, "I've just done Ironman. This is more painful."
Yeah. It's not even. Not reconnected.
Oh, you're gonna lose the toe.
Doctor Love it. Oh jeez.
Now.
Where did you
my
qualify?
feet.
4 toe feet will be a premium. Oh yeah, not nice.
So it wasn't good. And then it got eaten by flies.
What?
Did I not tell you this?
Oh my god, what?
Did you watch it?
I've seen the picture.
Oh, I've seen the picture. Yeah, it was rank. We went up to the volcano the next day, and I was speaking to a park ranger, like chatting away, blah, blah, blah. See, my toe was in a flip-flop.
It's still there at that
still
point.
there.
So, yeah.
And George just goes like this, and I'm like, I'm talking to the park ranger
Stop being
about
rude.
yeah,
Stop
stop
being
being rude.
rude,
And she just
George.
went like that at my foot, like, look at your foot now. And I looked down, and literally the whole like rim of my toenail was just covered in flies, like lots and lots of flies. So I was there like kicking my leg and shaking it,
Trying to get the flies off your foot.
and then I'd put it down, and then they'd go straight back. So I was chatting to this park ranger, like shaking my leg out to the one side, trying to get rid of these flies. And George is there just zooming in and taking photos of it.
Oh, at least you're doing something sensible.
Oh,
That is
gross.
Absolutely right.
How is the toe now?
Well, I've covered it in nail varnish, so you can't see it.
Ever.
Yeah.
So it was worth losing a toe for?
What, Kona?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
Gem?
so special.
It was very special.
Yeah.
I feel very privileged to have got to go. Yeah. Even though I was only going as a spectator originally.
Yeah.
Well, got
It's part crew.
Upgrade.
Upgrade.
Let's
top grade.
upgrade.
Yeah, yes, for
Okay.
sure.
Obviously unfinished business.
Yeah, but I don't know if we should publicly say that because I might.
So edit that out, Tom. So we might change your mind.
No,
Before
I do. I probably do want to do it again, but yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely worth it. It was so much.
Yeah.
Just the whole experience.
Yeah.
I think we're very fortunate enough to be able to have all gone.
Yeah, all to go
Exactly.
together.
All
Yeah.
to go together.
Race together.
Race together, travel together, and just. I think if you look at it and being on our own out there,
It would
it would have been
not been
amazing,
so,
but it wouldn't have been as amazing.
No.
Just to,
You bounce off each other, don't you?
yeah.
And
The
even like the
support
breakfast.
crew.
support.
Yeah.
For you, obviously, is that it?
Long distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether you publicly.
didn't say that very.
I was gonna say,
nice.
what?
I think you did say, didn't you?
Yeah,
that
my long distance like triathlon shoes,
done.
they're very much hung
hung
up
up.
that
Yeah.
day, and I'm very content.
Hung up
and that's
means
it.
that you can still bring them back down though.
Got a
They're not-
really
hung up,
high.
burned, and 100% firmly cemented to the top. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to put my closure and tick that off and say I am done.
And a good way to do it as
Oh,
well.
Yeah.
what a way
So
to go.
that's
On a
my
high,
yeah.
Yeah.
I've
What
got
sort of
no-
distance will you
I was going to ask that.
Okay. go? Like, what will be like the maximum you'll train, like, race now?
What
Half.
In
Triathlon?
triathlon, yeah.
half maybe,
Yeah.
but don't know. Might not even do triathlons. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. So
Watch this space.
watch this space.
Yeah, watch this space.
Yeah.
So that was it. That was Kona then.
Oh,
It's
Shawnie's got
Shawnie.
something else.
God.
I know, I was thinking
Go
maybe
on.
we should just say like a shout out to like Rob and Lindsay and Craig and everyone that came and
Yeah.
George because they came.
Look at it. Just look at
sorry.
the camera and do it. If you've got something to say.
I'd like to.
Steal someone's
That was
thunder.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, on behalf of
Yeah.
us all, racers, spectators,
Lindsay and
supporters, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, people. So Lindsay and Steve who came over to meet us from Australia.
Uncle Rob,
Uncle
Auntie
Rob,
Lynn,
Auntie Lynn's, Craig,
Chris,
Chris, George,
David.
Inchi.
David,
David.
following us everywhere and just
Yeah.
being our support.
Thank you
Yeah.
for being my little knights in shining armour.
Thank you to everyone for the past however many years for getting us here and
Yeah.
getting to
Yeah.
Kona. Thank you for Nat for not taking your place up at Ironman Wales. And had a bit of a roll down there, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been
That-
a journey.
Been a journey,
Been a long one.
and that's a wrap then.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
a
done.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm done too.
You done? Yes. I'll answer for you. You done, Joe?
I think so.
We're done. So, thanks for watching. This was sort of originally the end of the journey, wasn't it? Why we
Is this the end of the
started
podcast?
doing
Oh
this.
my god.
We don't.
Throw that one in there.
we don't know yet. I'm just saying it's the end of this chapter. So we've got to Kona, we've done that. It's the
Did
end
you
of the
motorbike
chapter.
this?
So it's what
Whoever it
do
is.
anything. So
We'll do motorbikes. Rim rim.
is that what they do? They make that noise? Okay, cool. So we'll vroom, vroom, vroom.
Let's go second-hand bargain.
Yeah, well, we'll do that in a minute.
Okay.
We'll do that in a minute. So, thanks for watching, and thanks to you and maybe we'll see you again soon.
Oh well.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Scoey second-hand bargains.
Oh, that's a nice introduction.
That's great.
Oh,
A live jingle.
that's Charlie's Angels. Scary's
Ready?
Angels.
Angels. So this episode's second-hand bargain. I think slightly more of a bargain than yours from the last episode, where your helmet actually ended up being 20 quid more expensive than you could buy it from somewhere else. So this is my Roka swim skin, which I bought to take to Kona to do my training swimming.
I would just like to say at this point that you bought a skin suit and I
did.
wouldn't buy one. I got a hand-me-down from Steve, so mine cost me nothing.
It did, but yours is a bit tatty, to be honest. Steve, you think you need a new one? It's not very good.
You might
Not as
borrow
good as
yours.
this. These retail between $220 and $240 brand new, which is a lot for that. But this was 110 quid, worn once, and it's pretty good, I think. So I think that is a bargain, don't you?
Comes with its own anal beads.